Russian soldiers targeted by drones. Russian soldier caught the drone that was following him with his hand. Russian soldiers caught in artillery fire. Destroyed vehicles. HIMARS attack. FPV drone strike. Soldier caught planting mines. Kamikaze attack. Soldiers in ambush. Stay tuned for more. July 19th, 2025. 2 Russian soldiers were targeted by a drone of Ukraine's 3rd Assault Brigade in the Luhansk region. The Russian soldiers tried to evade an FPV kamikaze drone that was following them. They used various maneuvers to shoot down the drone. They threw pieces of wood at it and fired at it. They tried very hard to bring it down. Despite all these efforts, they failed. Finally, one of the soldiers threw his gun at the drone, causing it to explode. One Russian soldier lost his life, while the other survived. Ukraine's 414th Attack Drone Brigade spotted a Russian soldier hiding inside a ruined building in the Kharkiv region. Drone attacks were launched against the building. After the attack, the Russian soldier panicked and thought he could better hide outside, but a kamikaze drone was chasing the Russian soldier. The soldier tried to take cover around the corner of the building. The FPV kamikaze directly targeted the Russian soldier. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. July 18th, 2025. A fiber optic FPV drone belonging to the Ukrainian Signum Battalion targeted a Russian soldier on a motorcycle advancing on Lyman. The soldier never noticed the drone. The Russian soldier was seriously injured by the drone, and other soldiers carried him to a shelter. A Russian soldier was targeted by a Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone north of the village of Aranivka, Donetsk region. Drone chasing Russian soldier on the road. The Russian soldier, trying to evade the drone's attack by performing different maneuvers, catches the pursuing drone and continues holding it with his hand. The Russian soldier, who held the bomb-laden drone for a while, continued to flee for several minutes. The exhausted soldier made a terrible mistake. As he bent down to rest, the drone touched the ground, and the bomb carried by the kamikaze drone exploded. July 19th, 2025. A Russian soldier attempted to lay a mine near an anti-tank ditch. An FPV pilot from the Ukrainian 38th Marine Infantry Brigade immediately attacked the Russian soldier. The drone strike caused the Russian soldier to fall into the ditch. A Russian soldier was attacked by a drone from the 425th Separate Assault Regiment, Skala, inside a ruined house. The soldier, who survived the first attack, fought to shoot down the drone, but a second kamikaze drone attack wounded him. He then immediately entered a small hut. The FPV kamikaze drone, aiming for the target one last time, delivered the final blow. The position of Ukrainian soldiers was attacked by a Russian Geran drone.
Летит! На нас!
The drone missed a precise hit on Ukrainian positions, falling only a few meters away. 2 Ukrainian soldiers were injured. July 16th, 2025. Ukrainian underwater fiber optic FPV drones destroyed a Russian crossing bridge toward Kupiansk. Russian soldiers had constructed a mechanism to cross the collapsed bridge, but it was completely destroyed. A Russian soldier was sleeping under a tree when he was attacked by a Ukrainian FPV drone. However, the drone didn't explode. Waking up, the Russian soldier retrieved the drone, took it to a tree, and began shooting at it. Did he want the drone to explode? The Russian soldier continued to shoot the drone at the tree for a long time, but the drone wouldn't explode. He tried to disable it, but eventually he threw the drone somewhere and continued on his way. July 17th, 2025. The Tor missile system was detected in the Kursk region. Ukrainian forces immediately launched a kamikaze FPV. Russian forces' SAM system attempted to shoot down the UAV twice, but failed. The system was destroyed. Ukrainian forces ambushed Russian military logistics routes with drones. FPV drone operators identified the ammunition transport routes and launched an attack. Despite the road being cordoned off with wire to prevent drones, the vehicles were destroyed by low-altitude flight. July 17, 2025. Ukraine's 54th Mechanized Brigade detected 4 Russian BMP-2 vehicles unable to cross a trench in the Luhansk region. The vehicles were trapped in the area, unable to advance. FPV drones immediately dropped bombs on the Russian armored vehicles. All Russian armored vehicles were destroyed in the drone attack, which lasted approximately 1 hour. No Russian soldiers survived. 2 Russian armored vehicles, spotted by the 12th Special Forces Brigade, Azov, were advancing to invade Ukrainian defensive positions. FPV drones immediately went into action. The vehicle carrying Russian soldiers was hit first. With the damage sustained, the Russian soldiers immediately evacuated and fled across the wasteland. The other vehicle fled, leaving the soldiers behind. The MLRS Type 75, belonging to North Korean soldiers, was destroyed by fiber optic FPVs controlled by soldiers of the Ukrainian 429th UAS Regiment Achilles. Multiple rocket systems were placed in different positions at 4-kilometer intervals. One by one, each one was destroyed. The whole operation took only 1 hour. A Ukrainian FGM-148 Javelin ATGM struck a Russian infantry fighting vehicle. The vehicle and its occupants were neutralized by the initial hit. July 17, 2025. A Falcon unit from the Ukrainian Heart Border Guard Brigade struck Russian infantry and equipment with drones and directed artillery fire at Russian positions. Many Russian soldiers lost their lives. The Ukrainian Police Special Operations Unit KORD used Wild Hornets FPV drones to strike Russian infantry and bunkers in the Toretsk direction. The high-explosive drones destroyed all the bunkers. A Ukrainian T-64 tank hit and destroyed a Russian T-72 tank. The ammunition from the hit Russian tank caused a massive explosion. Ukraine's 68th Jaeger Brigade targeted Russian logistics routes and infantry on the roads toward Pokrovsk. Many Russian soldiers were captured by drones while traveling alone on the front lines. A Russian soldier trying to cross a ditch built to block Russian tanks becomes the target of a drone and falls into the ditch. Russian soldiers traveling in a military vehicle fail to notice the drone following them. The soldier on the vehicle becomes the target of the drone. Other soldiers who exited the vehicle after the attack share the same fate. Escaping the drone is extremely difficult. Throughout the war, Russian soldiers faced significant shortages of food, ammunition, and reinforcements. This was due to Ukrainian forces' constant drone strikes on logistics routes. 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigade of Ukraine conducted a series of FPV kamikaze drone strikes targeting Russian infantry positions. The attacks occurred along various segments of the front line and were primarily focused on isolated Russian soldiers operating in open terrain or near makeshift defensive points. Using real-time drone surveillance, Ukrainian operators detected and tracked the movement of Russian soldiers before launching first-person view drones equipped with explosive charges. These drones were guided with high precision, allowing them to directly engage individual targets with minimal collateral damage. As of now, no official casualty figures have been released, but visual evidence confirms multiple successful strikes on individual targets. Ukrainian forces have intensified their focus on destroying Russian artillery positions along the front. In recent operations, precision FPV drone strikes have successfully targeted multiple Russian howitzers, self-propelled guns, and fortified artillery emplacements. These high-value assets, often concealed behind tree lines or within camouflaged positions, were neutralized with pinpoint accuracy. By eliminating artillery systems, a key component of Russian firepower, Ukraine significantly reduces the threat to its defensive lines and infantry positions. Drone footage shows direct hits on dug-in howitzers, command posts, and mobile artillery vehicles, rendering several batteries inoperable. Beyond artillery, Ukrainian drone and artillery units continue to strike Russian logistics hubs, fuel convoys, and supply routes. To halt the continued Russian advance, Ukrainian forces are intensifying their strikes on key logistics routes, fuel convoys, ammunition trucks, and field command posts. Using FPV kamikaze drones, precision artillery, and HIMARS systems, Ukraine targets the backbone of the Russian supply network, aiming to disrupt transport, slow troop movement, and cripple frontline resupply efforts.